Hello everyone, welcome back to Jimbo's Greenhouse. Today I'm going to be doing a garden update. So I'm back on YouTube after a long break and it feels great to be back, I've got to be honest with you. So as you can see, just step back a second, the hibiscus tree, this is what it is, it's a tropical hibiscus, has decided that it's going to flower, which is nice. Now I think this tree has been grafted, you can tell there. I think it's been grafted. I think there's several varieties on here, or at least two, the white ones and the purple ones. Could be more, but they're not coming out yet. So this is flowered. So now we know what it is. The black fly love it. This is a bit of an issue. Flower coming out there. Bit of an issue, but we'll overcome it, and I do think it will also be a profitable plant to sell. So right here, the Alexander Rose is flowering again. I don't know whether it was flowering last time I did a video, but it's got multiple heads on, like I kind of predicted it would. It was good. That one's been taken off actually. It's a bit of a shame. I think it was because it was getting in the way a bit. So yeah, it's really nice. Really nice. So instantly you might think everything's looking a bit busy. Well, I've been on several shopping hauls and bought lots of plants. So over here, the sort of herb area is doing well. Ow, rose is a bit sharp. This mint has got a fungus, I think, but I can't really spray it because it's a food crop, and I don't really want to be spraying crops anyway. Little sycamore, Mike's greenhouse will hopefully remember that. There's a lavender there. Oh, I've just taken a. So yeah, I think these are wild geraniums, or wild pelargoniums. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure what they are, but they're protruding out massively from their bed. They've just zoned out, and I think it's because they're getting shade, a lot of shade from this one. So I might just clip this back and allow some more light in there. It does screen the wall and the neighbour's garden a bit though. That's the only trouble. I might take those off and leave the further ones at the back actually. That'd be a plan. But yeah, they look quite nice. They look very nice actually. It's all looking very busy. A little mint plant tucked in, and a curry plant at the back there, and then there's this pot with some other stuff in, another lavender. So yeah, it's all looking very, very busy. Busy in a good way, I think. It could be a lot worse. Everything, like last summer, it could be everything dead, basically, which is what was happening last summer. So I do think that my potatoes got a little spot of blight, but I'm not too worried because I'm going to be harvesting them soon anyway. They're not looking brilliant at all. They've got slug patches all over them, but I'm not bothered because I'm going to be harvesting them in a week or two, so I might as well just let them go a little bit off, let them flower, and then I'll harvest them. There's a heuchera at the back there. Some of you will remember that from my from last year. This time last year, pretty much I bought that. So around here we have some plants. These are my two courgettes. I've got a little bit of powdery mildew, but not too bad. I bought this organic plant invigorating bug killer, and it's actually brilliant. Actually does control powdery mildew quite effectively, and it's good for you, and it controls everything. And it kind of acts like a fungicide, I suppose. I have sprayed on a few bits of fungus, and it has sort of cleared it up. So this plant, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I bought it because it was about, I think, £1, which is pretty cheap for around my local area, and it looks quite nice. Then I bought this snapdragon, and this is lovely. Does anybody know what these patches are in the leaves? These little transparent patches? Because it's really annoying, and I don't like it. and it could be burning, but it might not be. And I'm not liking it. I can take cuttings of this plant, which is good, but it's just it's horrible. Look at it. All these, I think it might be burning. I'm not quite sure. You can see it better there. I'm not quite sure what it is. It could be a bug that's eating it, but either way, I can cut off and it will grow back. It's not what it's a perennial, so that's not a fear. It will grow back, so that's not really a massive issue. It's not ideal, but it's not a massive issue. So over here is a hebe. I think this is a dwarf hebe, which is pretty good. I think these are quite popular. Due to having little pots, they quite nice. Again, I think this was £2, which is fairly cheap in my local area. To be honest with you, it's not brilliant. I know, but it's brilliant. Alpine strawberries, being alpine strawberries, not fruiting anything. I didn't buy these; these were left here, so it could be worse, I suppose. Lupins, or lupin in this pot here. I was told I can take cuttings of it, but it's not really growing into a tree. And I don't think it's a lupin tree variety either. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's not gonna grow into a tree. But you can see it was a more mature plant there. They've just pruned it right back. It's a shame. Right, this plant here, the Bougainvillea, very exotic tropical plant, absolutely brilliant, love it. I can't wait to take cuttings of it. They are fairly hard to propagate, so that's going to be interesting. Common rosemary cuttings, mint plant. This was actually a really boring, half-dead mint plant, and I just give it a really hard prune and let the light get down to this area at the bottom, and it's just start to shoot out again. But you can see that it's going to need another hard pruning. You take all this top stuff off, and it just shoots up from the bottom. It's brilliant. Hard pruning the mint this time of year. This is the Salvia Francesca no, that's wrong. Okay, the French word. And then Victoria Blue, and it's very nice. Again, these little patches, if anybody's got any and you can see it's transparent, you see my finger going underneath. If anybody got any ideas to what that could be, I put slug killer down just to prevent slugs from having a munch, which some have already had a go. But again, I can take cuttings of this, although it's not ideal. It's not a big salvia type. It's a different type of salvia, but I didn't know that at the time, and yeah, it's nice just in the pot, and I can maybe save seed and sow it next year. So you win some, you lose some. Cineraria. Now I'm going to show you some other Cineraria a bit later. These Cineraria don't look too bad, although they have got a few bits of leaf miner here and there. That should heal up in the winter, mind you. They should go away. It's getting really bad on that leaf. Spraying it has not been successful. I've tried multiple different sprays. I've tried the normal fungicide, and I've tried a Project Diaries recipe, both of which have failed. So that's not me knocking Project Diaries. I do think he comes up with some fantastic solutions to some complex problems, but it wasn't successful for me, and I think it may be that it's got a little bit too severe. I think that could be the issue. So give it a try. What have you got to lose? It's soapy water and vegetable oil mixed up in a spray bottle. You're not going to, it's not rocket science. It really is that simple. And that's what I like about Project Diaries. He does provide simple solutions, and it has helped it clear up on some of them. Actually, this one used to have it, and now it doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, it's just it's a weak solution, if that makes sense. It's a weak formula. Alright, so this is the table at the back. Sorry this is taking so long. I've got quite a lot of stock. What have I got here? A little rubbishy mint. Again, I'll do a hard prune. You can see the fresh growth coming through at the bottom. Sedum. I might take cuttings, might not. If I do, I'll have to repot. That one's looking very healthy, actually. That's my favourite one. What was this called again? Petunia. No. What is it? I keep getting Petunia and... Yeah. You know what I mean. It's one of those. One of those. What's the zoom not working? So, oh, and there's a scented geranium I bought from the same garden centre, which was... I've still got the label on there. £3.99. Honestly, I would recommend, if you're in the Devon area, urban and rural plants, both at Matford Farm and at Powderham Castle. We went to the Powderham one, and it was actually brilliant, really good. The prices were alright, to be perfectly honest, compared to what a lot of places charge now. They're not prices like supermarket plant prices, but you wouldn't get a scented geranium at a supermarket, I don't think, or a good one, really, because they've grown this themselves. It's actually brilliant, and it's very prolific. I'm going to start taking cuttings of it, hopefully before the year's out, so then I can actually get them rooted before they... Because the trouble is taking cuttings in the mini greenhouse is that they rot quite easily, so I want to be able to do it outside. This area is all clear, so I've got rear access now. Gate's been open. Let's just close that up. Yeah, so there's still a bit of a messy area here. I've still got this bag of topsoil. Still not sure what to do with it, but to be honest with you, I think I'll wait until I get my allotment and use that to fill up some raised beds, or halfway fill a raised bed, I think, or maybe I'll use it on the farm for when we're doing fencing. But to be honest, you don't really need. Yeah, I don't really know what to use it, because do fencing, we don't really need it. You know, you already got earth there. Just putting in, yeah, we'll see. If we've got any gaps in hedges and stuff, it's always handy just to put some earth in. But we've got a quarry on the farm, so we're kind of sorted out for earth and rocks. Yeah, so there's still a bit of a mess here. Bags of twine and seed trays and horticultural grit and hatchet over there, pots, trays, you know, just general garden rubbish, and a big drum of parlour disinfectant. Don't ask. Dairy parlour disinfectant. Yeah, this honeysuckle has definitely taken over, but it's doing what I wanted it to do. Finally, it's taken its time, and it's growing up here. And my hope is that it's going to grow up there, and it's going to provide some shading for the greenhouse, because it has been quite hot. More importantly, it's been quite sunny, which heats up the mini greenhouse incredibly. So this is what it looks like in here. Wow. Just thinking back to what it used to look like, it looks completely different. Basically, we've now got tomato plants. Grown myself, the old traditional English variety, Harbinger. I would recommend trying Harbinger. I don't think it's an heirloom variety, but it's a traditional old-fashioned variety that should be used because it's not being used much by people, and it's a one that's been developed in Britain. So it's got a bit of locality about it, if that makes sense. It's not just an Alicante and a moneymaker that you'll find across the world. It's a localised variety in a sense. So that's what I'm all passionate about. You can see some nice tomatoes coming on there. Strawberries. Again, little translucent patches. Not quite sure what this is. Sorry, transparent patches. Not quite sure what this is. I'm sure it will be fine. Got a runner coming there, 2 runners, which is good. That's the whole point of these, really. Some strawberries there. Strawberry at the bottom gone mouldy. I should have harvested that one, really. We haven't really needed them because we've had so many. This one fruited, I think, 15 a while back. So, yeah, that's a very good plant. I've bought inside the greenhouse to try and bring it on a bit quicker. These are some rare, I think they're called Montbretia. and they're not terribly common, but they're not, you know, really rare. They're just, I like them. I got given these 2 cuttings for free off my gran, which is always good. Up here, chives, wallflower, Cineraria that I'm going to just throw away, because if you look, they've got rots and moulds and holes, and they don't like the humid climate, I've gathered, and I've learnt that, and it's lesson learned. I've got to grow these outside. Geraniums at the back, not doing too bad, but want to get them sold ideally to make room. Also, I want to get stuff out ready for September for my deep clean, as I call it. Right, what have we got here? Chilies, sweet peppers. So all of these are sweet pepper plants. Nepetia, Crassula, I think of some sort. Christmas cacti, Crassulas at the back. An aloe, a sempervivum, and more Nepetia cuttings down here. Put some more slug killer on there. These, which are good. Leaves seem to be going a bit funny on these. I'm not quite on these dwarf beans. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them. Do you think it's because it's drying out? Yes. If you were going to say that, you're right. It is. The compost is rather dry. What else we've got? Oh yeah, back outside. The Nepetia. And I believe that's it, other than sort of the hedging stuff. Oh, and something new. You can see that. I don't know what it is. It's a climber. I'm trying to stick around all this detritus that's in the way. As you can see, the renovating the house has definitely produced some waste, but we're getting there. Look at all the silicone that was used. Look at that. This is when it was, well, I can't think when it was built, because I don't think they would have had silicone then. Silicone like that, but well, whoever's done it has made a pig's ear, because that is a lot of silicone. Right, this climber is brilliant, actually, because eventually I'm going to build a trellis on here, although the bricks could do a repointing, but we'll ignore that, I think. Actually, that's really bad. Look at that. Could do with some mortar, but we'll ignore it for the minute and just put a trellis in, because it will be fine. That was a new wall, the looks of it. That's the original. Not ideal at all. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye for now. Please stay safe, everybody. Although it may look like the pandemic's over, I'm sure everybody's aware it's not. I was watching a really sad story on the news, actually, and it just reminded me how it's still about this COVID thing. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you later. Bye for now.